All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping right into the Gen Z side hustle playbook. Look, this isn't about glorifying the grind. This is a no BS guide for taking that thing you love doing, your passion project, and actually turning it into a real profitable business. Let's do this.
So, you're a creator, a freelancer, maybe a budding entrepreneur. You love the work, right? The freedom, the control, it's all you. Whether you're dropping new designs, making content, or even driving for a delivery app, you're building something that is 100% yours.
But let's be real for a second. That passion? It can get super messy when money gets involved. Your side hustle income lands in the same account as your Friday night pizza money, and all of a sudden, it's impossible to tell what's actual profit and what's just, well, cash. If that sounds familiar, don't sweat it. We're about to fix that.
Okay, so the main problem, the big one, has a name. It's called commingling funds. That's just a fancy way of saying you're mixing your business money with your personal money. It seems totally harmless at first, but trust me, it creates total chaos that will hold you back, especially when tax season hits.
Here's why this is such a big deal. It creates this mental trap. See, when your business income just feels like extra spending money, you never switch into a CEO mindset. You're not managing a business as cash flow, you're just spending. This completely blurs your financial vision, causes a ton of anxiety, and basically keeps your hustle from ever growing up.
So how do we fix this whole mess? It all starts with one single, super simple action that completely changes the game. It is time to create a dedicated headquarters for your side hustle's money. This is you going from creator to entrepreneur.
And making this shift turns you into what some people are starting to call a bizoomer. You're part consumer, part micro business owner. The cool thing is, modern tools are literally built for you. And the very first step to becoming a true bizoomer is separating your finances. It draws a clean, clear line in the sand between your personal life and your business ambitions.
And the reasons why you have to do this, they're totally non-negotiable. Your bookkeeping gets way simpler, which makes tax time a breeze instead of a nightmare. You get a crystal clear paper trail for all your deductions. If you have an LLC, this is huge. It gives you a legal shield for your personal stuff. Plus, you just look way more professional to clients, and it makes getting a loan later on so much easier. And maybe most important of all, you finally get clear insights into whether your hustle is actually making money.
And the best part, it is not complicated at all. If you're a sole proprietor, which, let's face it, most of us are when we start out, it's a super simple three-step process. First, grab your ID and your social security number, or if you want to feel extra legit, you can get a free employer identification number and EIN from the IRS website. Second, choose your bank. And third, apply. Seriously, with most of the online options, you can get this done in minutes right from your phone. Okay, now it's time to choose your fighter. Are you on Team Traditional or Team FinTech? Traditional banks, the big guys, they give you physical branches, which is great if you deal with a lot of cash. But they usually hit you with monthly fees and pretty high minimum balances. On the other side, Team FinTech, these are the digital apps, are built for people like us. We're talking no fees, no minimums, and amazing mobile apps. The only catch? No branches, and the customer support is all online. For most online hustles, though, FinTech is an absolute game changer.
All right, take a deep breath. We're about to talk about the one topic that intimidates pretty much everyone: taxes. But I promise you, we're going to break this down and make it incredibly simple. This is the part that, once you get it, makes you feel like a real business owner.
So the very first thing you got to understand is self-employment tax. Here's the easiest way to think about it. At a normal 9-to-5 job, your employer pays half of your Social Security and Medicare taxes, and you pay the other half from your paycheck. But when you're self-employed, guess what? You're both the boss and the worker. That means you're on the hook for both halves.
This is the number. You need to burn this into your brain. 15.3%. That is the self-employment tax rate. It's calculated on your net earnings, so your income after you subtract all your business expenses. Honestly, seeing this number is usually the oh wow moment when a new entrepreneur realizes this is real. You could call it the cost of being your own boss.
So how do you handle this without totally freaking out? Simple. You use a set it and forget it plan.
Every single time you get paid, every time, you immediately transfer about 25 to 30% of that money into a separate savings account just for taxes. This is high enough to cover that 15.3% plus your regular income taxes. And hey, if you end up saving too much, great. That's what we call a tax refund.
Now, you can't just pay this all at the end of the year. The U.S. tax system is what's called pay-as-you-go. That means you have to make quarterly estimated payments. Here are the deadlines. Think of it this way. The system forces you to check in on your finances 4 times a year, which is actually an amazing habit to get into for understanding the real health of your business.
And now for the fun part, your secret weapon, tax deductions. Every single dollar you deduct is a dollar you don't have to pay taxes on. We are talking about things like your home office space, the miles you drive for work, the software you use, like Adobe or Canva, a percentage of your phone and internet bills, even your contributions to your own retirement plan. Keep good records, and these deductions can save you a fortune.
Okay, so you've got your money sorted. But for a side hustler, your scarcest resource isn't money, it's time. Juggling a job, or school, or a social life, and a business, it is no joke. So let's talk about how to manage your focus and, more importantly, how to not burn out.
First up is something called the Eisenhower matrix. It's just a simple grid to sort your to-do list. Anything that is both urgent and important, you just do it. These are the fires you have to put out right now. A client project that's due tomorrow. A critical error on your website. These get your attention immediately. No questions asked.
But this is the magic quadrant. Not urgent, but still important. This is where the real growth of your business happens. We're talking about planning your next product launch, learning a new skill, or building your network. These tasks don't scream for your attention, so you have to be disciplined and actually schedule them. Living in this box is the secret to making sustainable progress.
Next up, the Pomodoro technique. This is perfect for our perpetually distracted brains. It basically turns focus into a game. You pick one task, you set a timer for 25 minutes, and you work with 0 distractions. Put that phone away. When the timer dings, you take a 5-minute break. After 4 rounds, you take a longer break. It makes huge projects feel way less scary and forces you to rest, which is your best defense against burnout.
And now for some real talk. Let's do a quick run-through of the most common money and mindset traps that new entrepreneurs fall into so you can just sidestep them completely. The first huge mistake is letting perfectionism completely paralyze you. So many of us wait and wait and wait, trying to make our product or service absolutely perfect before we show it to anyone. But here's the secret. Perfectionism isn't really about being perfect. It's just fear of failure wearing a fancy mask.
I want you to remember this quote. Momentum is more valuable than mastery. Just get something out there. Launch the basic version. Get real feedback from real people and then make it better. Progress, not perfection, is the name of the game.
Okay, another massive mistake, lifestyle creep. It is so easy to see that side hustle money as fun money and immediately spend it on nicer dinners or new sneakers. But if you let that lifestyle inflation eat up all your profit, you're just sabotaging your own goals. The key is to pay yourself, for sure, but only after you've reinvested in the business and set aside that money for taxes.
At the end of the day, building a side hustle is all about playing the long game. It's a huge shift in how we think about work and our own financial independence. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme, it's a marathon. Real success comes from building sustainable habits right from day one. That financial discipline to separate your money and pay your taxes, and the personal discipline to manage your time and actually rest, those are the things that will protect you from burnout and build a rock-solid foundation for growth. So the final question is pretty simple. Are you ready to play the long game?